College is a time all young men look forward to growing up. It gives them the opportunity to not only focus on a specific academic area, but also to expand their social network. For incoming freshmen at Bentley University, business is the focus of study, which usually comes easy. The social scene is a bit more complicated.
What did I think of Bentley in the beginning stage of my freshman year?
I thought it was pretty lame.
I didn't really know a lot of people here.
Came here. I didn't really want to come here. It's kind of like a last resort. And, that probably skewed my opinion a little bit, but I didn't really like it very much. I had a pretty big roommate issue, and I don't know, I made a good group of friends going right into it, but, I was kind of homesick and didn't really enjoy it much.
I was a little nervous because obviously you come in as a freshman, you don't know a lot of people. Some people already have, or older kids already have groups of friends that it's really hard to break into. And it really started off pretty quiet.
Like looking back now, school was like real cliquish, and back then it definitely wasn't like that.
Not much to do. Kind of a bunch of random people from Massachusetts.
Fraternities have been around for a long time, and their representation in pop culture has generally been stereotypical. Over the years, fraternity men have earned the image that often works against their central values. Partying is put in the forefront, with the core values of service and leadership put on the back burner. Unfortunately, many of the fraternities at Bentley University fall victim to this stereotype.
Yeah, before coming on campus, the perceptions of Greek life I had, really were from the media. So things like Animal House and TV shows like Greek and things like that.
You guys up for a toga party? Toga! Toga!
It was all about Animal House.
Toga! 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 Toga!
I didn't actually rush any other, officially rush any Greek life. My roommate across the hall was rushing Deke. I ended up accidentally at one of their parties.
Greek life, before I came here, I was never even considering joining a fraternity.
I don't even remember being there.
I came to Bentley with the mindset that I wanted to join a fraternity. And, going through the first semester, I definitely talked to a lot of fraternities. And then starting in the second semester, I formally rushed a lot of fraternities. And I guess there was really two things that stand out when I look back on that. The first is that none of my friends really did it. So I was kind of on my own, and, that definitely deterred me from doing it. And, second was that I really didn't like any of the fraternities I met. I felt like the kids there were just, too fake and put on faces, just to try to get kids to join. It wasn't really something I was interested in.
I didn't really have much of a perception before college, obviously, except for what you see on TV and what you hear from people that you might have known that went to college before.
And, here, I think that fraternities are completely different than down south. And up here, it's all about the party. And that's it. I think down south, they're about that. Or really, anyway, it doesn't really matter if it's down south, but they're about partying, but they know what the other half of what the fraternity is. And up here, I don't think people realize. People just join a fraternity at Bentley because they have good parties. I've never met a person that didn't.
It was obvious the social scene was abysmal for a freshman guy at Bentley, and the thought of pledging a fraternity wasn't an option for most. The idea of forming a fraternal organization that would bring a work hard, play hard mindset to campus began to resonate within the heads of 3 freshmen in the spring of 2008.
Over winter break, I got a call from my friend Brian Bovino, and he asked me, "Tony, how'd you like to start a fraternity?"
I was first approached about founding a chapter of Kappa Sigma my freshman year by one of my great friends I had met 2 floors below me in Miller Hall, Brian Bovino.
I was hesitant. I was just like, I guess I would. I didn't really think twice of it.
Just send me a simple text message saying, "Hey, do you want to start a fraternity?"
These 3 kids randomly knocked on my doors in trees. What the hell are they doing?
All right, well, here might be my chance to leave my footprint at Bentley.
I was first approached by Lynch and a couple others to join the chapter.
Yeah, we had a couple kids. Freshman year, I lived in the second floor in Miller, and there were some kids on the other side of the floor who, I think there was 3 of them. Mostly it was that came over and basically just went door to door, talking to kids and trying to feel it out.
I started talking to them for a minute, and then I realized, maybe it was something I want to do because there's really nothing to do that I really want to do on this campus, or that was pretty interesting. So hey, I figured if I do one thing while I'm here, maybe this could be it.
Kappa Sigma was the fraternity chosen to follow through with, and after making initial contact with the fraternity's national organization, it was time to contact the administration to inquire about recognition on campus.
We decided to meet with the Greek advisor.
How the administration felt about us coming into the Greek life system at Bentley, we got very negative vibes, to say the least.
They said there's already a process for what Bentley goes through to recognize members of Greek life or new chapters.
They said to us, we would be surprised if you even got on at the end of your 4 years as a senior.
After realizing the school had no interest in expanding Greek life, the three men decided to push forward with their idea of bringing Kappa Sigma to campus. It started with recruiting prospective members.
There was a lot of hesitation on my part. I'll be the first to admit it.
My initial feelings were that this would never work.
So to get the fraternity started and kind of get going with all of our friends at Bentley, we had to have meetings pretty much in the common room of Miller Hall, the freshman dorm that we lived in at Bentley.
I don't know, I showed up in Miller and there was 30 guys, and I just didn't see how those guys were gonna start a chapter by themselves. I always thought a fraternity is a pretty big established thing, and that certainly definitely was not what was going on in that room that day.
At the first couple meetings, I'll be honest, I was kind of nervous because there was a lot of kids there that I just didn't see myself hanging out with.
It seemed a little chaotic in that people were just hanging around, and I don't know, I hadn't gotten to really know anybody yet, and there was only a couple kids that I thought were like me, and a couple kids that were I don't want to be a part of.
There was complete disorganization, but I mean, Brian Bovino seemed to know what he was doing, and I stuck around, and once some of the national guys came down, it was a little more real.
I was probably one of those kids who really wasn't that interested because I never really did want to join any sort of Greek life, so it's hard I know it's real hard to get a lot of kids over that hump who have that perception that they already don't want to really be involved with it.
It's really hard to have any kind of credibility on campus or with any other people, so that was definitely a big problem that I went through. Just what are we going to do to make ourselves someone or something on this campus.
With the number of Kappa Sigma interest group members growing, Greek members from around campus took notice, and they were not too happy.
Nobody really liked the idea because obviously we're a group of freshman guys trying to start a brand new fraternity on campus.
We're definitely perceived probably not in the best light by the other fraternities at this school.
Every single fraternity and sorority that we approached saying, all right, we're an interest group, we're looking to be on campus. Any advice you want to give us, anything that you want to offer to us, anything at all. And every single meeting went horribly wrong again.
Now, I think, I couldn't care in the least bit what they have to say.
So every single meeting that we had with these Greek organizations, they grilled us constantly with questions, very discouraging, saying that we shouldn't even try.
People really stopped. It's definitely, we're not thought as lowly as we used to be. I definitely, and a lot of the sororities even like us, and I think the only fraternities who really still hate us are just ones that are jealous of what we're doing and how quickly we've been able to do it.
I wouldn't say the perception bothers me at all. I mean, I couldn't even tell you really what the perception was. What do people, what random dudes and other fraternities think they know us? Or they think they have a reason to hate us? I don't even know what that means. You don't know me.
We're going out every single semester and rushing more kids than, almost all the other chapters are combined. And we're just doing everything we set out to do, and nobody really seems to have an answer for it.
It's more funny than anything because you can't really base an opinion on a full organization when you barely even know a couple kids, or be pissed at an organization for just trying to build. I think you're just being a hypocrite. You want to build yourself, but you're pissed at other people for getting kids. Handle your own business and deal with it.
Kappa Sigma's buzz started to grow along with their recruiting initiative. After meeting with alumnus representatives in the area, the goal was established to meet specific criteria to charter in record time.
I guess it kind of worked out because Nationals really set down a list of things we needed to do to officially become a chapter.
It was a list of, I think, maybe 20, 25 items of various things.
So one of the main challenges was getting 50 or more members, or being the largest fraternity on campus.
Highest GPA.
Fundraise about $2,000.
Have a certain number of community service hours per person.
But we all pulled together and we overcame those challenges together because we knew this was a great organization and great things were going to happen in the future.
We needed a big influx of good, quality kids that that had a presence on campus, not just people that like to live in the backdrop. You know, it's like a stage. Like that curtain's gonna open and you're gonna be on stage. You gotta have people that want to perform. You know, luckily I'm a performance artist. When that camera shines, I'm all game, baby.
The chapter successfully met the requirements, and their charter was approved by Kappa Sigma's Supreme Executive Committee in the summer of 2008. Coming back from the summer, the interest group was initiated at Northeastern University.
The chartering event that we had at Northeastern was, I mean, I still remember it. It was pretty weird.
The chartering at Northeastern was really a great experience. You know, up until that point, I hadn't really known what we were.
I mean, we started the fraternity, and now like being chartered and initiated it at the same time, and no one had any idea what was going on.
You know, I think that whole process of getting initiated and officially getting the charter and becoming recognized by the national fraternity, like really the first milestone we reached.
It really opened you up to like, this is bigger than just one campus. Like, there's a whole big organization behind us. There's a lot of other groups.
We had many of the top officials of the Kappa Sigmas nationwide come in and greet us and congratulate us because we had done such a good job with recruiting and meeting these challenges. In fact, we've done it the fastest in Kappa Sigma history.
You see everybody really cared at the event, like who we were and that we were a chapter. So that was pretty cool. Like you actually, you know, you meant something. You weren't like you know, we weren't a part of Bentley. So it's kind of like, what did you have to hang on? So